Alrighty, hello, how are you doing, Anne? I hope you're having a wonderful day as well as a wonderful week. So sorry to hear that you can't make it to today's lesson, but it is okay. I'm here to give you your video lesson in hopes that this kind of feels like an in-person lesson. Anyways, let's kind of get started. Today is going to be a little bit of like a refresh on how to read and identify notes, because I know that we were having a little bit of having a harder time with it, I believe, in last week when we were kind of playing. I know we can do it, but I think we just need to get a little bit faster at being able to identify the notes and being able to see the note and be able to know where it is on the violin, okay? So let's just go through it, okay? I have these flashcards right here. The flashcards, these are from a set. And you can purchase these, I believe, anywhere, like on Amazon. They also have it at Allen's Music Store. So if you're like, you want to purchase it all, because it all talks about many different things in music, you can totally do so. This is how it looks. It looks like this. It's called Music Flashcards, super simple, and it's by Hal Leonard. And yeah, they look like this, and they have 3 colors, pink, yellow, white. Today we're going to use the white ones because they're all about note reading, like how to identify notes, note names. But I know the yellow ones are a test of rhythm, so if you wanted to test how you read certain notes and how to play them, you can use yellow. And then these red ones are also for like symbols and certain terms like that in music. But today we're going to use the white ones because the white ones are like all the notes on the staff, okay? And we're kind of going to go over it today. Alrighty, so we've got this note right here, and this is going to be N. You can say the answer. It is an E, okay? And so this should be our open E. So this should be our open E string. Okay, next one. This is a regular E. So this is like first finger on the D string. You should be able to kind of see that. This is G. So this should be third finger on D. Okay, this one's a little tough. This is going to be on the E string. And this is going to be called A. This is third finger on E. This is super easy. It's an open string. It is open D. And this is second finger on D. This is called F, also known as F sharp for the violin, right? This one's a little bit harder. I don't think we've gone through a lot of G string notes, so this is on the G string. So this is A. So this is going to be on the first finger on the G string. This note is B, and this is first finger on A. This is another note on the G string. This is B, so this is going to be second finger on the G string. This is an open string. This is A, open A. This is D, which is third finger on the A string. This note is called F, which is the first finger on the E string. This one's a little bit tough. This is on the E string. You can see it's really high up there. This is fourth finger on the E string. This is on the E string. This is called G, which is going to be second finger on the E string. And then our last card for right now. This is C, which is second finger on the A string. Okay, those are all notes that we've already played before, so that we should be able to know them. But now let's move on a little bit, okay? Okay, so let's kind of go through what I have written here on the board. It's a little messy. I know I don't have the best handwriting, so I hope you can bear with me. But I'm going to teach you an acronym to help you remember the names, okay? So if you can see here on the bottom corner, I've got 5 lines and 4 spaces. So just like the our treble clef here, that's how we read our music, right? With the 5 lines and 4 spaces. Also known as the staff, okay? There's a special way to remember what note is what, being able to identify, because each line and each space has its own like letters like linked with it, okay? And so I have a quick little acronym. Acronym is also like a phrase that can be shortened. That is that'll help us with memorization, okay, for these notes. So the first acronym is for the lines, okay? I use the words every good boy does fine, okay? That's my words for the phrase. And if you could see, I separated the first letter of every word. And that is because we're going to use the first letter of every word. And so you can see in black, every letter, first letter of the word is in black. And so the first letter that is highlighted is E for every. The second word, G for good, B for boy, D for does, and F for fine. Each of those letters, E, G, B, D, F, are going to go to these lines right here. Okay, so E, G, B, D, F, just like that, okay? Remember that? And we've got the acronym for the spaces, okay? So this time the spaces spell something. This one is super easy, which is F-A-C-E, also known and spelled as face, super easy. And so let's kind of go down here a little bit. Let's kind of fill out those letters that we have. So the first line, we always want to start counting from the bottom. We don't want to count from the top down. We want to count from the bottom up, so downwards going up. So this first line right here, what is the first letter of the first word of the acronym for the lines? And I have the answers right up here. It should be E. Good. What about the second line? What about for this line? What is the second letter for this? It has to be the first letter of the second word. G. And then we've got this third line. It will link with the first letter of the third word, which is B. This line, this fourth line, will go with the fourth word, D. And then the fifth word will go with the fifth line, which is F. So if you can see, the lines I have are E, G, B, D, F, also known as every good boy does fine, okay? And I know there's another one, another acronym, every good boy deserves fudge. So whichever way that you'd like to do with that, okay? And so now with these, you kind of have to memorize what is where, okay? So that'll help us a lot. For example, E is going to be this first line all the time. It will never change. This E, when we see our note here, let's say our note is right there. It's not supposed to be that way. I think the stem is supposed to be this way, but it's okay. If you see E, if we know our note is right there, this should be on what string? Should be on the D string. And what finger are we playing with for this E? It is going to be first finger on the first sticker of the D string. Okay, so that's how we should kind of view it a little bit. Now, let's fill in our acronym for the spaces. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. Guess what? There are 4 letters in this acronym right here. And so we've got the first one, which is F. The second one, which is A. That's a horrible looking A. A. Third one being C. And then fourth one being E. Okay, good. And so if you can kind of see, it kind of creates a little bit of a pattern. If we kind of, let me put my pen down. When we kind of see it. So we have E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F. You can see we went line, space, line, space, line, space. Line is E, space is F. Line is G, space is A. Line is B, space is C. Line is D, space is E. Line is F. Okay? So that's what we have so far. Now, we kind of have to be able to identify what note is what. I would say we have already 2 open strings written already. And which open strings are they? It should be A and E. So we already have open A and open E right here. Now we have to just visualize it. If open A is right here, if this is open A, the second space, this line is going to be B, which is what finger? First finger. Then we've got C, which is second finger on A. And then you've got D, which is third finger on A. And then guess what? You've got open E. Then you have F right here, which is first finger on E, so on and so forth. And so that's how it kind of helped me out. So if you memorize the open strings right now, it's A and E up here. If you can memorize where the other positions are, then it's going to be great. Anyways, Anne, I know that you made some flashcards for yourself at home. These are how the flashcards look for me here. They're just like this. But however yours look, totally fine as well. Keep practicing with your flashcards and keep practicing our songs without writing down the letters or the numbers or fingerings to help us with practice, okay? So that's what we're going to work on over the week. And I hope next week when I see you, or next time that I see you, we'll be able to see if we memorize our places in the on the treble, clef, line, and spaces. See if we can be able to identify those notes on the violin. Alrighty, Anne, I will see you next time. Bye-bye.